It's HPR, All Things Considered, and I'm Dave Lawrence. Grateful you are with us, even more so for the folks making those precious donations. HawaiiPublicRadio.org is where you can do it. Gigantic mahalos for doing what you're doing. And let's honor you. How about a fun highlight of a 2018 interview with a true guitar monster? We welcome back a guy that both Pat Metheny and Jeff Beck call the greatest living guitarist, John McLaughlin. Aloha, brother John.
I think they're exaggerating a little bit, but it's very sweet. Anyway, no, I know. Every time we go to California, I'm thinking, why are we going to Hawaii? But Hawaii is the totally other side of the planet. You guys are like 12 hours difference from me, aren't you?
We certainly are.
Yeah, the album that you mentioned, Live in San Francisco, was really my way just to thank Americans for marvelous support that they gave me from the very beginning, really.
Cool how you kind of brought it full circle in some ways as you're talking.
In fact, you just said the magic words, because I wanted to make it full circle. Mahavishnu was born in America, 1971. But the idea was to make a really nice tour. It's one thing to go out with one band, and it's another thing to go out with two bands, but a really good show is when you take two bands and they both do a set each, and then you have a third set with both bands at the same time.
Yeah.
The third set playing exclusively Mahavishnu music. Jimmy and his band, they kind of grew up with Mahavishnu music. They were playing it like they wrote it.
Did someone suggest him to you?
Somebody sent me one of Jimmy's recordings, a piece that I recorded with the original Mahavishnu Orchestra, and he did a version that was so amazing, Dave. Truth to tell, when I heard it, I thought, I should have done it like that myself. But shortly after I heard it, we met and we played together. All those complicated arrangements, Dave, they nailed it.
When you talk about the complicated arrangements of this music and when you went to revisit it, how would you describe that sound and intent? There are people who have no idea what the Mahavishnu Orchestra sounds like. What was your goal?
Well, the sound came partly from the composition, but it came from the players. The first member of the original Mahavishnu Orchestra was Billy Cobham, whom I met on the Jack Johnson recording of Miles. The opening track, right off, that's really something I started. Miles was talking to Joe Macero, and after about 20 minutes, I got bored, and I started doing this R&B thing, which just ended up being right off. Miles ran in the studio and just played like I'd never heard him play before. And Billy kicked in, and we just hit a groove. That's why Miles ran in. And after that session, me and Billy got really tight. And so when, thanks Miles again, sometime I think it was in like October 1970, I just finished a gig with him, and he turned around to me at the end, and he said, "Now it's time to find your home band." So I was on the orders, and the first guy I called was Billy. I've got a mission. I'm on a mission from God, right?
With the great John McLaughlin, saying mahalo to you for supporting us here at HPR. I'm Dave Lawrence.